Hello there, scholars. Welcome to your first ever workshop session titled Efficient Use of Social Media for Career Growth and Visibility. Happy weekend and good morning, good afternoon from whatever country you're joining from. I can see that a number of you are on the live already. We will begin shortly. But before we begin, you know the drill. Introduce yourself in the chat, say hello. Our speaker for today is already backstage and she's pumped for this live today. She's looking forward to sharing her wealth of knowledge about the topic. So I would need everyone to introduce themselves, get familiar and settle in while we wait for more people to join. So I don't think I need to introduce myself anymore, but for formality's sake, my name is Shayo, and I'm the program manager at Africa, and it's great to have everyone here again. It's a weekend, and we really hope that this would help to increase the numbers. I can see that we have more people joining, but we are still waiting for more people to join so that most of us don't miss out on important information. So it's great to have everyone here. And at exactly 2:10, that's 10 minutes past 2 West African time, we would have our speaker for today on stage, ready to share her knowledge. But before I continue, I would like to introduce our speaker. I would like to tell you a little bit about her. She may be a new face to most of you, but I can tell you that she's an expert in her field. We actually we are opportuned to have her here on this live today. We are honored to have her join us to share her wealth of experience regarding this topic. She's an established LinkedIn optimizer, and she's really good at what she does. And we believe so much that she is in the best position to share everything you need to know about the efficiencies of social media for your career growth, for your career visibility. So, alongside the technical skills that you've gained so far at She Code Africa in the She Code Africa Scholarship Program, we believe that in addition to this, you also need to understand very well how to scale your career in the tech industry. I was sharing in the previous monthly check-in call that we had that it's not enough to actually be good at what you do. Even in addition to that, you also need to know how to scale your career. You need to be able to use social media to develop yourself. Social media nowadays is a very, very useful tool, particularly LinkedIn. But I won't say too much. I would allow our facilitator for today to, share this. So a brief introduction about Uloma Oporum. She is a versatile professional specializing in LinkedIn profile optimization, resume writing, and career coaching. As the owner of Edlom Consulting, she crafts compelling content for individuals looking to stand out in the competitive job market. With a strong background in media strategy and a dedication to delivering results-driven solutions, she empowers her clients to achieve their career goals. She has also garnered rave reviews from professionals across various levels, showcasing showcasing her ability to provide exceptional results and valuable insights. She is committed to helping our clients succeed through personalized coaching and innovative strategies. And just like I said, we are honored to have her here on this call today. So I want you to welcome Uloma Oporum right about now. Give her a warm welcome in the chat. Let her know that you are expectant from today's session. Let her know what you expect. Share your expectations. Let her know that you're looking forward to gaining so much from the session today. So it's almost 2:10. I promised that we're going to start 2:10. So I'm about to bring Uloma on stage right now, but I want you to show me more energy. I don't see the energy in the chats. If you would like me to bring a facilitator for today, Uloma, on stage, I need you to show me more excitement. Let me see that you're indeed ready for today's session. Thank you, Kenin. Thank you, ladies. So without much further ado, I would like to hand over now to Uloma Oporum to take over the floor. Hi, Uloma. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Saya. Thank you so much. I'm totally excited to be here today to be a part of this wonderful session. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I don't know, I'm quite short of words, but this is, I'm really happy to be here to talk to everyone, to share in your journey, to encourage you, to tell you what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, to just help you sell yourself better on social media. I don't know how many are we? Can you see the numbers? Saya.
Well, right now we are about 36 on call and more are still joining.
All right, guys. So Saya had already introduced me, but in a nutshell, I'm just Uloma. I'm a resume writer and LinkedIn optimization expert. So I help people optimize their LinkedIn. I help position them better online. I help your profile look good on LinkedIn, and I also help you write. I can help you write compelling ATLs compliant resume as well. So today we'll be talking about leveraging social media for career growth and visibility. So I believe so from the name, I mean the NGO she code. I know it's about coding, it's about tech, it's about IT related roles. So we're going to be talking about that and how you're supposed to position yourself if you want to um, sell yourself better on social media. All right, so we all know what social media is. I'm sure everyone here there. I mean, it's not even a newborn baby knows what social media is because everyone is on social media. So, but then it's also depends on why you're on social media. Some people are there to well have fun. Some people are there to find the love of their life. Some people are there to look for old friends. Some people are also there for career growth. Some people are there to sell their market. It all depends. We all have special or different purpose as to why on social media. So for the purpose of this class, we are all going to talk about how we're going to leverage our presence online to for career growth and visibility. How we're going to position ourselves. How we're going to make our profile look. How we're going to showcase our skills and whatever services or products that we are offering, how we're going to present it online so that we'll be able to attract recruiters, we'll be able to attract businesses to ourselves. All right, so Sayo, could you please go to the next slide? Okay, so this is just an introduction. She has already introduced me. I don't need to go through this all these parts again. Please, just next slide. Okay, so we just have three objectives for this session. We're going to talk about how to enhance your online presence. Then we'll also be talking about if you want to expand your professional networks and also how to accelerate your career growth. I mean, there could be more as we go on because this was just what I could think of. But I'm sure as time goes, as we go further into this session, a lot of ideas will be coming to my head, and I may just be taking them as we go. All right. So next slide, please. Okay. Importance of social media in career growth. Now, for talking about social media, we're going to specifically talk about LinkedIn because we are not because we feel LinkedIn is where our audiences or where we're supposed to sell ourselves better. I feel LinkedIn is more professional compared to TikTok, compared to Facebook, compared to Twitter and Snapchat and the rest of it all. I mean, LinkedIn is more professional. There are things you post on LinkedIn that you can't post on Facebook, and there are things you post on Facebook that you can't post on LinkedIn. So these social medias, they all vary as regards to what they offer. I see Facebook as a place for relaxation. I mean, if you go through my Facebook content and go through my LinkedIn content, you'll be wondering, how are these two people the same? I mean, Facebook is where I unwind, LinkedIn is where I get serious. You know that. I mean, where I speak all the plenty grammars and all, while Facebook is where I do anyhow, something like that. I'm sure you guys understand that. So now I know that on LinkedIn, there are certain things I'm expected to do. There are certain things I'm not expected to do. And on Facebook, I mean, it's a place I can do most of the things. I mean, I can just post ordinary pictures. I can just post memes. I can post funny videos. I can do a whole lot of things. But on LinkedIn, I can't just post my picture. I can't even post a meme and make people that will make people laugh on LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is a more, I see it as where everybody is very, very serious. Is either you're here to look for a job, you're here to network. If you're not serious, they will just kick you out. I mean, when I first joined LinkedIn, if I make a post before I could get one like just for one person to give me the blue like thumbs up, it could take like 1 month or even more. It's that serious compared to Facebook, where you have a lot of people liking your posts, sharing it, and all. So LinkedIn is still, people take it very, very serious. I mean, if you can get 5 likes on your post on LinkedIn, it means you are really doing well. To show you how serious it is. Yeah, LinkedIn is really very serious. So it's one of the things that actually discourages people, because you get to see some people will come on LinkedIn, they will just write a long note, like over 2 pages of informations, and then nobody will react to it. It's quite discouraging. I mean, it will make you not even want to bother yourself again. But yeah, we're still going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why you should still be consistent regardless of if you're getting likes or not, because all that do not matter. All right. So we all know that for LinkedIn is all about networking and professional connections. I mean, you hardly see some, okay, but these days now you see people coming on LinkedIn to find the love of their life. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I've gotten serious series of messages inbox about people asking me, are you married, can we date, what do you like, what's your dislike and likes. I mean, something like that. But it has never been before. But I think it just started last year. People have been, they want to turn LinkedIn to be Facebook. People now post wedding anniversaries on LinkedIn. Before, it was not like that. I mean, they're just trying to turn it to Facebook, but then LinkedIn is still what it is. It is just for professional connection and networking. And it can also be used for professional branding and visibility. It depends on why you are there. I mean, if you're there for to gain more visibility on your services or on your skills, you can also get that. You can achieve that as well. You can also be there to learn and develop yourself professionally. I mean, there are a whole lot of things. You can even be there to actually look for, let's say if you're looking for a job, that's also networking. You can be there to look for, reach out to HRs that are recruiting, even reach out to people that are working in a company that you would want to work with. I mean, there are a whole lot of things you can do on LinkedIn professionally. I mean, that's what we're talking about. So there are a whole lot of things you can do on LinkedIn. And again, LinkedIn, your profile I mean, a glance at your profile should give somebody an impression or a first idea of what you are into. If I go through your LinkedIn profile and I can't pick one of the things about you, it then means that something is definitely amiss on your profile. So you should make sure that your profile is beautifully written, optimized using the right keywords and skills, so that when it's being searched for in the search buttons, it could be one of among the top 10 or top 20 of the profiles that will pop up. So just a recap, the importance of social media in our career growth. It can be used for networking and professional connections. We can use it for professional branding and visibility. We can also use it as a learning and professional development space as well. Next slide. Okay, so we all know that social media is, the numbers of people using social media is increasing drastically every day. I mean, people are signing up, even our grandmothers in the village now, they have TikTok accounts. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of funny videos of people doing some TikTok challenges. Even people in the very remote villages are all on social media right now. So you can tell that the number is greatly increasing. We have about 70% of adults using smartphones in the world. And out of these people using smartphones, we have 80% of them are youth. 80% of them are just like you and I. So it means that opportunities are increasing every day on social media. There is absolutely nothing that you cannot do on social media. For this purpose of this class, we're talking about LinkedIn. So there is absolutely nothing that you cannot sell, or there is no way you can. It depends on how you position yourself, because that is why we're having this class. So you have to position yourself to be able to sell you have to sell yourself first before um sell yourself first, sell your profile before someone will want to know what you offer. So we should also have it at the back of our mind that everybody's on social media. There are increasing numbers every day, and we have about 1,000 career guide platforms around the world. So I mean, everything people can go to school on social media. I mean, everything. The world is changing. We'll get to a point that you may not necessarily need to even do anything. I mean, everybody is working at home. Is working from home. Almost everybody is working from home at the moment. So it goes to show you that the world is currently coming to a place where would have more things, more businesses, more people, more the increasing number of people on social media. So that is why we have to really take it very, very, very serious. I mean, if you don't have a social media presence, I'm not sure there's anyone in this class that doesn't have a social media presence, even if he's on Facebook or even TikTok. I mean, everybody here is supposed to have a LinkedIn account to even start with. All right. So next slide, please, Sayo. All right. So for us to enhance our social media profile using for the course of this, we're talking about LinkedIn. I'm going to be sharing some tips with us, and afterwards, I would will now. I think. Hello, Sarah, are you there? Because I want us to. After this session, I would want to. I don't know if there's a way for me to bring up my LinkedIn profile and show them how every of these things that we're learning.
Hi, Loma. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
that should be possible. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. So after this, then I'll. Okay, no problem. So that will be in the next section. All right. Okay. So moving ahead. So now we're going to talk about how you can enhance your social media profile. Now I'm just going to be giving us some tips. Afterwards, we do more of a practical examples. I'm going to be showing you my account and what you need to put at every point on your profile and what you shouldn't put. All right. So now some of the tips that you need to optimize your profile. Now, when we mean when I say optimization, I mean it's quite a big word for people that don't understand. Optimization means keywords, using certain keywords that relates to your skill. For instance, if I am a salesperson, there are keywords that I'm supposed to use that would increase the visibility of my profile. Now, when I say increasing visibility, it means that when someone comes online on LinkedIn and goes to the search bar to search for, let's say, sales manager or business development manager or something like that, my profile, because it is optimized, it has to be either the first 10 or the first 20 of the profiles that will pop up. So because my profile is optimized, because I have sales keywords on my profile, it's going to be among the profiles, excuse me, it's going to be among the profiles that will pop up. So that is doing all those background works, putting those keywords, knowing where to put them in your profile, in your career summary, in your skills. That is what we mean by that is what I mean by optimization. So just in case the word sounds too big for you, it's necessarily not big. It's just I don't know, it's just grammar basically. So it just means using the right keywords that relates to your skills on your profile, just to increase the visibility of your profile. Okay, so now for starting with your profile and your professional pictures, your professional picture has to be what it's like the name itself. It means that it has to be professional. You cannot use your filters from Snapchat and the ones where you look like a cat, or you have is it flowers or something on your head, and you have all those other things. You can't use that on LinkedIn. If you use that, I won't even accept your connection request, because I'll just think that you don't know where you are. You are not even serious to start with, because your profile, looking at your picture, for instance, the picture on the screen of this yellow guy, it shows that it shows that this person is a professional. I don't know his skills, I don't know what he does, but I know that whatever he is doing, he's very good at it and he's taking it very serious. So it gives me a certain impression. Your profile picture gives the recruiter or whoever that is visiting your profile a certain impression about you. So imagine using a Snapchat picture where you have the cats and all those things on your face. I mean, the person would think that, is this person a Gen Z? I mean, do you think we're here to play or something? Do you think this is TikTok? Do you think this is Facebook? Come on. So you should have a professional picture. I know that taking a professional picture these days, it may need you to go to the studio to go take pictures. It must, even if you don't have, even if you can't afford that at the moment, you could just get your phone camera with a very good lighting, or you could just look for someone else that has phone with a very good lighting and just take a headshot. You don't necessarily need a full picture. You just need something like this on the profile, just from your shoulder or from your breast is fine. We don't need to see how tall you are and all that. So let's make sure that your pictures are very professional and wear a smile. Like let it be your best picture. I mean, you just have to wear a smile because people don't know you, so it's your picture that would attract them first before they get to see other things about you. So having a professional picture reflects your professionalism and your approachability, just like I said. I mean, the guy here, he's looking approachable. He may not necessarily be approachable in real life, but yeah, the picture I'm seeing looks really calm. He looks welcoming. He looks like somebody that knows his onion and all that. Now, away from professional picture, we also need, after your professional picture, the headline underneath, it also needs to be compelling enough. So now it is also important. This is where you start using keywords from your headlines. So you need to use keywords that are relevant to your industry or your skills, just to increase the visibility in searches. Now, I'm going to use, since this is a tech class or a tech group, I'm going to use, let's use data analysts, right? Or business analyst. So on your headline, if you're a data analyst, you could have maybe if you're an entry level or a senior data analyst, you could just write senior data analyst. Then you could say you're helping, or I can help businesses analyze their, I mean, this after you've written senior data analyst, you can put a comma, or you can put I don't know what this is called, like a two straight lines to demarcate it, two straight lines to demarcate. Then you can now write, I help businesses analyze their data, blah, blah, blah. I mean, what you do. You could just, it does not have to be long, just one sentence of what you do. Helping businesses analyze data to make better decisions or better business decisions. I think that's what data analysts they do. So you could say data analyst, then the two lines, you now say, I help businesses or professionals or businesses analyze data to make better business decisions, something like that. And also, if you're a data analyst, and let me say you're also a business analyst, I mean, you could have several skills, but it is not advisable for you to have more than three. If I come to your profile and see that you are a virtual assistant, you are a data analyst, you are a customer service, customer support, you are a cloud, what's that? What's it called? Um, Cloud practitioner or something like that. I mean, if I see all these things, I'll be like, it will turn me off because I feel you're everywhere. So it is even if you know how to do all of this, it is very, very, very important that you streamline them. Just let them be under three headlines. So you could just have your data analyst, have business analyst, and customer support, or customer support here. So it is very important that you don't have a lot of things under your headline. It's going to make people think you're jack of all trades. So, but I usually advise you have three or two. Anything more than two or three, it is giving you're everywhere. All right. So that is for headlines. Like I said, you could have like you write data analyst, then you now write in one sentence what you do. Even if you don't, I mean, it's not compulsory, but I usually it gives your profile this vibe of, I mean, you know what you're doing, you know what you can do for businesses. So when somebody goes to your profile, the person will say, oh, okay, this person knows what he or she is offers and something like that. Please a moment. Okay, so that is it about your headlines. So because you have written data analyst as your headline, if someone comes to the search bar tomorrow to search for data analyst, your profile would definitely be among those that will pop up. It may not be the first, it may not be the second, but 10th, 11th, 15, your profile will definitely come out. So that is what I mean by optimization. So if you want it to be the first, it also depends on how many keywords you used and how you put them and what the person is actually searching for. All right, so we are done with the headlines. So we're also going to go to detailed summary. Now, for the summary part, summary is what you have after your, yes, summary is what you have right before you have your experience. Yeah, but right before you have your work experience, you have your summary where you talk about your what you do, what you can do for people, and your skills in general. So your summary should be very detailed. I can't see the screen anymore. Saya, are you there? So while waiting for Sayo, your profile, your summary should be well detailed. Now it shouldn't be too small. It shouldn't also be too so much for someone to read. I mean, you should also make it to be an interesting read. You should make it to be very captivating so that when somebody is reading, the person who is always looking forward to the next line. Don't make it to be boring. Don't make it to be so obvious that it was generated from AI. And I know you know what I'm talking about. I mean, do not just go and copy what you saw from ChatGPT and you now paste it on your profile. It's going to be very obvious that this was generated from ChatGPT. Now you should on your profile summary you should start by saying what how many years of experience that you have. I mean, you can say I'm a data analyst with over a decade years of experience or with over 5 years of experience in so and so industry. I can do this, blah, blah, blah. Or you could also say, you can also talk about what you have you have done for people, where you're coming from. Okay, you can say, while I was in or in my previous my previous experience, I was able to analyze data. I did this. I was blah blah blah. You can just use percentage. I was able to recover 98% of blah, blah, blah as it relates to your income, just giving us just a summary of what should be there. I mean, after the class, after the session, I'm going to show you mine so that you see what it looks like. But then your summary should have every skill, everything that you do, not so much. I mean, it shouldn't be so much, but it shouldn't also be so small. It should have every information that it needs to have for the recruiter to have interest in you. All right. So you should give your professional it should have be like an overview of your professional background, what you are offering, what you do, and how people can connect with you. I mean, the skills that you should also highlight your skills and your accomplishments. You can do that as well on your detailed summary. Like I said, make sure that it's very interesting to read. Do not make it to be boring. Don't make it to be boring because how interesting it is, which it also gives anybody reading it an impression about you. Now, talking about away from that, you could also sorry, I forgot to mention. You should also have keywords again because this is in your summary. This is where you have most of the keywords. that relates to your skill. So as you are a data analyst, for instance, I would also show us I would have loved to particularize, but then I'm going to also show us how most people will be wondering, oh, how do I know the keywords that relates to my to data analysis or data science or whatever. You could get that from Google, but even if you can't get that from Google, there is also a place on your LinkedIn profile on your page where you can actually get keywords that you need to put on your summary so that it will give you that visibility that it needs. So this I would also show us much later in the class in this session. Yes, so that is it for detailed summary because there's a whole lot of keywords, but you must not put everything. Knowing where to put it and how to put it. You can't just, for instance, if one of the keywords for data science is let's say Excel, Excel is a tool. You could say, oh, I am strong, I have good proficiency in Excel, in PowerPoint, blah 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 blah. So knowing how to construct the statement or the sentence that will fit into that keyword also matters a lot. Now that is for detailed summary. I don't know, are we following? Can you please drop a chat in the box if you are with me so that I will know we are all together? I'm waiting. Please drop a chat in the box so that I will know everyone is following. Thank you, Cheese or ma'am. Okay, Vera. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so that's it about detailed summary. So moving on to your skills and accomplishments. Now, there is a section there under your skills where you're supposed to put every skill that relates to your um, your career or your line. But then you're limited to just 50 skills, and I think that is also enough for someone to use. So you are allowed to, if you input any skills that you input, they will ask you where did you use this skill, which of your experience on which of your work experience was this skill used. So it is also very important that you list key skills that you have used or that are relevant in your field. There's also columns for projects, awards, achievements that will help also demonstrate your capabilities and your expertise. The skill section is very, very, very important. The number of skills, the type of skills you put would also help increase your profile. If you put skills that are related to sales, when someone comes to search for sales, your profile is definitely going to be up. All right. You can also get if you don't know the skills that are related to your role, you could get that from Google as well. All right. So these are some of the few things that can help enhance your social media. That can help leverage the power of social media in your professional development. Sayo, please the next slide, please. Okay. Now we're going to talk about digital networking techniques. It's one thing for you to be on social media. It's one thing for you to be on LinkedIn. It's another thing for you to also connect rightly, having the right technique to connect, knowing when to connect, knowing who to connect with, knowing even how to even connect. Okay, so you can leverage the power of online communities and connections to enhance your professional visibility, expand your network, and unlock new opportunities for career growth and development. This is grammar. Now, how do you do this? For instance, let's say you have already optimized your profile. You've optimized your profile. Your profile is giving what it should give. If someone comes to your profile, the person will be wowed. You have your professional picture is popping, your headline is popping, your professional summary, everything is popping. But then you're not networking, you're not connecting with people. And you don't know who to connect with, you don't know how to connect with people. Now, there is this method I've always taught people to use. For instance, you know, when you first join LinkedIn, there are some people that LinkedIn will suggest to you. Follow, and depending on the industry that you put that you're interested in. For instance, if you say you're interested in, let's say, the financial industry, for instance, the banks, right? LinkedIn is going to suggest some people that work in the banks, some big names in the bank for you to follow, like some Tony Elumelus and the rest of them, or for you to follow them. So it's a very good idea. Please follow these people because they have large followers, are always the comments on their posts are in hundreds and thousands. Now, if you follow these people, don't just follow them for following sake. You're on LinkedIn to network. So following these people means that you're going to see their post whenever it pops up. It must not be Tony Elumelu. It could be someone else. There are a whole lot of people on LinkedIn with high followership. I mean, you could go there when they make posts. You could go to the comment section of the post and sell yourself. And let's say Tony Elumelu now makes a post talking about um, what does he like talking about? He likes talking about, I think, his businesses, his banks, and other investments that he's doing and all. Now, if when he does something like that, you could just go to the comment section and say kudos or well done, sir, or yeah, well done, sir. Then you could go underneath and they'll say yourself and say you could say. Thank you for this insightful post, sir. Or thank you for this insightful post. I have been following you for so and so time. I am my name is Uloma. I am a data analyst. I have been in this industry for blah 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 blah. I recently joined She Codes Academy, and I'm transitioning to be a blah 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 blah. I do this and do this. I've interned at so place. Just introduce yourself. It must not be for Tony to read. It's for any other person that is coming to drop comments. So I'm sure Tony doesn't go through all these comments, but yeah, your comments. If there are 1,000 comments there, that means 1,000 people have been there to drop comments. So that means 1,000 people are likely going to see your comments, and that means you're selling yourself. Now, if you've written a very interesting introduction, I mean, on the comment section of this post, and someone else comes to drop comments, the person will scroll and see some comments to know the type of comment he should drop. Now, imagine them seeing your comment and seeing how well detailed you've introduced yourself and sold yourself. The next thing is to go to your profile and follow you, or even send you a connection request. I mean, this is how you network. This is how you build connection on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I don't advise people to just start adding people randomly. It is not a good idea. If you're doing that, it means you necessarily don't know why you're on LinkedIn. Now, if you're there to connect with certain people in certain industry, make sure you're following people that are in that industry. If you're working in a bank, for instance, and maybe you're looking forward to working in GT Bank, I mean, for those in Nigeria, if you're looking forward to working with Guarantee Trust Bank, you should know who to follow for that, and you should know where you're supposed to drop your comments. So this is how you network. This is how you connect with people. You don't just randomly add people up, even if LinkedIn is suggesting them. Please do not add people. As some if one thing again LinkedIn does is if you keep adding everybody it suggests to you, at some point your account will even be flagged as spam. They will think that this person that is adding all these people probably is a robot or something. And before you know it, your account will be temporarily disabled. They will ask you to upload your national ID, international passport, to verify that this is really you and all of that. So it is very advisable that you don't go on a adding spree. I mean, adding everybody that pops up on your line or everybody that LinkedIn recommends to you. So if you have to be very strategic. It does not matter. It does not matter how many followers you have or how many connections you have. You could just have like 20 or 50 followers, but they are quite solid followers or solid members or solid connections. And that 50 alone is going to give you what someone with 500 connection can't even get. So it's all about the quality of the people that are in your network. It's necessarily not about the numbers. It's the quality of the people that you have in your network. So please don't just add random people. I mean, there could be there, of course, and you could just add. Those people are strangers. You can add them, but don't add. Don't go on adding spree like you add. Even people that are in somewhere else in other countries that you're not never going to go to, or in an industry that you're never going to work in. So just know that this is where I am. I am in banking, for instance, and I want to go into tech. Know that you have to start adding people that are in tech. You have to connect with people that are in tech. You have to start selling yourself to people that are in tech strategically, making comments on posts, selling yourself on posts. And not just, and again, I know that these days, because with the invention of AI, people are so lazy to make original comments on posts. Like I've seen a lot of AI generated comments on LinkedIn, and I just keep shaking my head and be wondering, like, what? Why can't people just type it? This is just a. What stops you from typing? Are people that lazy? I mean, AI is good. It has made our work a lot, but that doesn't mean you should just give into it and allow it to do everything. It is very important for you to also scrutinize and rewrite some of the things that AI has given you. So now, for why I'm saying this is that a lot of people make comments using AI, and it's ridiculous. I mean, if I read a comment from ChatGPT or any other AI software, it will be so glaring. I would know. So that is why it's important for you to use your own words. Even if you got it from AI, you could just rewrite it to your own simpler English or into your own simpler terms, so that people will know that this person actually wrote this thing, and it's going to give them a good impression to know that you wrote this comment and not it was gotten from AI. It shows that this person is not ready to work. This person is looking for the fast and easy way out, which is a very bad thing for you. It's very bad. It's a very bad impression for you to have. So it is very important that you calm down, you make serious comments by yourself on this post, so that to sell it, because you don't know how many people that are going to come across that post. You don't know how many people that are going to read your comments. You don't know who is seeing it. All right, so that is it about connection, networking. Another thing again, you can still now. When I first started this class, I talked about not having number of likes that you'd want. I mean, how it is very difficult for one to even get one like on your on LinkedIn. I mean, it's very difficult, and it's so discouraging these days that you couldn't just make a post 2 weeks, 1 month, nobody has even reacted with a reaction. It's discouraging. But however, that should not deter you. That should not make you give up, because LinkedIn is not necessarily about the number of likes or comments or shares. It's about impression. So you would notice that for every post you make, you will see underneath, you will see impression there. So that impression should be what it should be your most concern, and not the likes, the comments, and the shares. So impression means how many people have seen your post. So now imagine that you have made a post and zero likes, zero comments, zero shares, but you have 1,000 impression. That is very good. 1,000 people have seen you. So you shouldn't be bothered about likes. I know it will make you feel better to see that people are actually liking your post, but yeah, the real thing there is not the like. It's the impression, it's the number of people that have seen this post. All right. Okay, so moving on. It is also very important for us to maintain a positive online presence. You should regularly review and update your privacy settings to ensure that you're comfortable with the level of visibility you have online. Now, if there is this badge that comes on your profile that is open to work, that's for people that are looking for jobs. If you're not comfortable with it, if you don't want, let's say you're currently working and you're now looking for a job somewhere else, but then you don't want your colleagues to know that, or your HR person, you don't want him or her to know that you're looking for a job, you can just remove it. I mean, if you don't want people to know. So it is very important for you. Even if you don't want, there's also for you to go on your profile. If you don't like when people search for you, when people search for you, if you don't want your profile to pop up, if you want your profile to be just on private, even if someone comes to the search bar and type Uloma Uproom, if you don't want your profile to be found at all, it is also there is also a place for you to go. So it just depends on why you're on LinkedIn. Remember, like I said when we first started, it depends on why you're there. So you should also be very proactive in managing potential risks in your online presence. LinkedIn these days is banning people temporarily and permanently. Like any if you do any if you add more than 10 people, if you go on on adding spray, if you add people back to back, LinkedIn is going to flag your account. If you send spam messages to people, if you send plenty of messages to plenty people at the same time, your account will be flagged. If let's say as you're in Nigeria, I mean your IP address is your account is logged in Nigeria and is also logged in again by someone in UK, LinkedIn will definitely find out and your account will be flagged as well. So they are just taking there are different measures they are just taking to make sure that they minimize the number of fake people that are on that platform. So it is very important that you manage your profile very well so that you don't fall into any of these problems. And when your profile is flagged, it's temporarily disabled. You ask to upload your profile, your international passport. When you do that, it will take them like 3 weeks. These days it takes more. And after everything, they may say, "We are not convinced this is you." Your account will be permanently disabled. You will start all over again. Imagine after you had gotten like 500 followers and all, you're doing well now, then they now flag your account. You have to start all over again. I mean, it's a lot. It's hard work. You should also know the appropriate behavior to do online, especially on LinkedIn. Remember, I said what I post on Facebook is not what I post on LinkedIn. And if you look at my profiles or if you look at my profiles on these two social media platforms, you'll be wondering, what like I'm different. So you should know what you do or what you post on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not a place where you would write in shorthand or you write all those slangs, all those Gen Z languages, period, what's that? And there are a whole lot of things that Gen Z do these days. I mean, this is not where you don't do that. You don't do that on LinkedIn. This is a very professional place. It's either you're here or you're not. And when you're here, you have to mean business. So you have to practice professionalism and discretion in your online interactions. So avoid engaging in inflammatory discussions or controversies or anything. Don't even do not go about the comment section abusing people. Maybe you saw the profile of one recruiter that or one company that didn't get back to you during an interview. You went to their comment section and you're now asking them, HR, you people did not get back to me. Is this how you used to do? I mean, you start abusing the HR and all that. You can't do that on LinkedIn. It's very, very bad of you. So you should know that this is a platform where everything is professional. You have to be, even if you're very angry, there is still a professional way to express your anger. You should also know that you're also building a positive digital footprint for yourself. So you have to take proactive steps to create a positive digital footprint that will showcase your professional achievements, interests, and values. Now, I wanted to mention. I have about 10 minutes or so for this session to be over for the icebreaker. So I also want us to talk about what you are supposed to post. I mean, the type of post you are supposed to do if you're on LinkedIn. Now, when you're making posts on LinkedIn, you're not supposed to. You're specifically just there to sell yourself, like I said. So it is fine. It is very, very okay for you to talk about your professional life, what you have learned while you were working at so and so company, what you have learned, or the services that you offer to a certain client, and the feedback that the client gave you, the professional development courses that you have taken or that you are taking, the ones that you scale through. Oh, I just graduated from so and so class. I just aced my this course or something like that. Just something related to that. So you have to just this forum or this space is just for you to talk about everything career, everything professional. It is not, we don't want to know your family history. We don't want to know if you're a Christian or you're Muslim or you have your boyfriend broke your heart or what. We don't even want to know your wedding anniversary. We are not interested. We're here to know about your professional journey, what you're offering, your skills, your career projection, and your career development. That is why we are here on. That is why we're on LinkedIn. We're not interested in your personal. If you're a divorcee, if you're single, if you're married, if you have 10 children, it's none of our business on LinkedIn. So this that I have said should give you an insight of what you should post. Now, also knowing what to post on a Mondays, we all know that Mondays are for serious. I mean, it's the first day of the week, so your post should always be very serious. It could be a motivational post. I mean, it's not every time you know what to post. It's not every time you have what to post. So, sorry, you could just post a motivational post, a quote, even if you don't know what to post. Because I've seen most times people tell me, "Oh, I don't know what to post. What do I post? What can I post on LinkedIn? Can I post my picture? Can I do this?" You could just go to Google, get a professional quote that talks about something. Just post it. If you have insight to share from that post, you can still share it. LinkedIn is not just a place you post only pictures and then write TGIF or thank God it's Monday or something like that. Is my time up? Hi, sir, is my time up, please? Because I'm seeing, oh, I have 1 more minute, I guess, right? Okay, let me continue. So they will tell me when my time is up. So LinkedIn is not a place where you just post, take a selfie, and you now post TGIF or thank God it's Monday or chilling with my friends or last night was a blast. We hung out, we drank. You now post video of you in the club or you somewhere partying. This is that this whole thing is supposed to be done on Facebook. Now LinkedIn is just for you to tell us, just to more like motivate us. Okay, let's say you were where you are coming from. You had the you were the lowest, the least of the paid staff or the least of the year in your organization. Now LinkedIn is a place for you where you can share your story of how you have grown from being a collecting let's say 5 naira salary to collecting hundreds of millions of salaries, hundreds like thousands of salaries. Okay, I think my time is actually up, so I'm talking too much. So, do we have any questions? Because we're supposed to have like question section before the icebreaker. Then afterwards, we'll now come back. We'll talk about a whole lot of other stuff. So, do we have questions that as relates to what I have just talked about. You could just type them in the comment section, and I will just take as much as I can before they cut me off.
Hi, Uloma.
Hi, Saya.
Can you hear me? All right.
Yes, I
So, thank you very much for those very important takeaways. I'm sure that everyone here was able to join the live, has learned a lot so far. So, scholars, if you've learned anything so far and you have a couple of questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. For the next 5 minutes, Uloma would be answering your questions. And another thing that you can do as well is to share some important points that you've learned from today's session so far. And please note that this is not the end. There is going to be a hands-on session. So just sit tight, and we just want to take Q&As, or rather questions, before we move on to the next session. So we are looking out for your questions right now in the chat. I see that Salamina Solo is asking a question. Hi, Loma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. So I'm going to read the question and you would go ahead to provide an answer.
Okay.
So she's asking, I know you are not done with your presentation, but I can't help myself to wait any longer. You have helped me realize that my LinkedIn is lacking keywords to help me being recognized by recruiters. Okay, I think this is not a question. This is just a feedback, of how your session has been helpful for us so far. So thank you, Solo, for sharing that. Scholars, if you have questions, please feel free to share. We have about 3 minutes more before we move to the next session.
Thank you, Solo, for your let's call it recommendation. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that at least you've got something out from this few minutes of the session. So if you have questions, could you please drop them in the chat box before we go into the next section?
All right, while we are doing that, Uloma, please share your LinkedIn profile and your Facebook profile so that we can share with the scholar. So if some of you would like to connect with her personally for maybe one-on-one consultation or any of that, you can just shoot her a DM or send a connection request on LinkedIn and on Facebook as well.
Yeah, I'll drop that shortly.
All right. So while we are waiting for Uloma to do that, we are still on for questions. We have a few more minutes to take your questions. I'm not sure anyone has any question,
There's a
but please.
question there.
Okay, yeah, this is from Tasha Shine. Hi, I do have a question. If you have no experience, maybe you are a recent graduate or a transitioner or a transitioning, excuse me, into another career field, what should you input on your LinkedIn headline?
Okay, so thank you, Shine, for that question. So if you're a recent graduate, let's say you just graduated from business administration, so that means you're an entry level. So that means you don't really have an experience per se. So you could just write entry level. I said business admin, right? So a business admin could be the person can do administrative tasks, the person can do sales. So you could say entry level administrative assistant. That means anybody coming to your profile will know that this is a very recent graduate or somebody that is kind of inexperienced, still on the entry level basis. Now, if you're transitioning, you were a salesperson before, now you want to become a data analyst. You could also write on your headline, you could say sales manager or sales representative or business development representative transitioning to data analysis or transitioning into a data analyst or something like that. Just going if someone comes to your profile and sees that the person already knows, oh, she was into sales, now she wants to become a data analyst. It's that simple. Even if you don't want to even if you don't want to put the transition in, if it's so long of a word for you, you could still maintain your previous role. You could still say sales analyst or sales manager. Then you put a space or the double line. You now write and data analyst or intern. You could put intern, data analyst, intern in brackets. So there are a whole lot of ways for you to go around it. It depends on where you're coming from and how you want people to see it. I don't know if this has answered your question in any way, Shine.
All right, thank you, Uloma. Please let us know in the comments, Shine, if that answered your question. Thank you for that. We only have a few more minutes, so I can take this last question before we move ahead. This is also from Solo. She's asking about, okay, she's asking, I would like to know for a person who has 2 years experience, are you still under entry level or what can you write?
Yes, you are. If you have 2 years experience, you're entry level. So personally, I think from 5 years, no, I think entry level starts from 0 to 5 years. In my own definition, it could be less in someone else's, but for me, it's entry level is 0 to 5 years. So anybody within this range, I just see you as somebody that is still in your entry level stage. Is that okay
All
for
right,
you,
thank you
Sally?
for that, Uloma. All right. So thank you very much, Loma. I'm going to be taking you off the stage now while you prepare for the next session. Thank you very much, ladies, for paying attention this far. I'm going to be sharing Uloma's social media handles for you to connect with her personally, just as mentioned earlier. But right about now, I would like to bring Trust on stage for the icebreaker before we move ahead. I know that I think it's been more than an hour since we started this session, and a couple of you are probably tired. So if you need to stretch your legs, if you need to get a bottle of water, if you need to invite more scholars in your tracks to join, now is a good time to do so. You can also go on your social media page, share a few things that you've learned so far, and also take some time to implement some of the things that you've learned so far. On your LinkedIn, if you need to change your profile pictures, for some of you that are using Snapchat photo, your LinkedIn profile, now is a good time. So I'll be handing over to Trust now for the icebreaker session. Hi, Trust, are you there?
Hi, Shayo. Yes, I am. Can you hear me well?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much. Hi, ladies. It has been an exciting session. Honestly, I have my book and my pen, and I have been writing. And if you have not been going on your LinkedIn since she started the session, I'm looking through to make sure that you are following what she has been saying, or to make sure you are up to track with everything you have been learning. Then I wonder why you are still not doing that. So, ladies, we're just going to be doing just a few minutes of an icebreaker session, and we're just going to, like, let's say, reminisce or reflect on everything we have learned. It's not going to be a laughing question, but it's just going to be something that will bring our mind up to date to everything that we have learned. All right. Please, I'd like to see your emojis. If you're here with me, just pop-up emojis. Let's see who is ready for the icebreaker question. All right, ladies. I can't see anything. Are we still here, or we have gone to sleep, or is everybody on their LinkedIn already? All right. All right. So I'm just going to go on with the question, and the question is okay. Oh, I see. Sholo, right? Salamina is excited. All right, Salamina. Okay, so the question is, I would like you to share one key takeaway or one action step you learned from this session and how you are going to use it on your LinkedIn. I know some of you have been thinking probably maybe you need. I saw Queenette typed that she thought she need to have many connects So now, Queenette, and every other queens here, okay, what is that one key takeaway or that one key action step that you picked from this first session, and how you are going to use it on your LinkedIn after this program? Let's see. I see everyone is so excited. Okay, I'm going to share one, right? So while she was teaching, I took a short trip through my LinkedIn, and the first thing I did was I updated my headline. So yes, I did. I went to update my headline, and then I checked through and I saw my services, and I went to update that part. So what is that one key takeaway, right, that you got from this first session, and the action step? What's that one thing? If it's just a thought, if it is something you really need to go and improve on, let's hear it. And Jekeli, that's Ojochide. Ojochide is saying, "Don't go on a following spree." Yes, definitely, Ojochide. I think I am guilty of that. Whenever I go on LinkedIn, I'm like, okay, let me follow. But yeah, don't go on a following spree. I picked that too as well. Salamina says, the use of keywords of my profile. Absolutely. Like, I think there are certain softwares or websites online that could also help you get the keywords right for your particular industry. So you can also do the googling of the keywords and find a way to fix it in. That's the whole essence of optimization, right? Okay. On the in the comment section, sorry, in the live chat right now, Miss Uloma's LinkedIn is currently uploaded. So hi ladies, let's follow her. Go on her. Yes, it's on the screen right now. Go on her LinkedIn and use your eyes to do screenshots of things she just taught you today, and see how you can use it to better your visibility. Okay, Mary is saying, okay, I think Mary is, you're asking a question, right? She said, as a project manager enthusiast, will ensure that I follow the right people. Okay, yeah, she's sharing her own key takeaway. So she's saying that she will ensure that she follow the right people and set herself under productive posts. Definitely, that is an absolute key takeaway. And
Hi, scholars. Sorry about that brief interruption. Trust experienced some network issues. So sharing your key takeaways, and don't just share. Even beyond sharing, do make sure that you go to your LinkedIn profile and make your necessary updates. Um, so this on the screen right now are the handles, social media handles for the speaker, Uloma Opurum. So just go to Facebook and search for Uloma Opurum, and also on LinkedIn at Uloma Opurum, and feel free to connect with her, and also contact her for one-on-one sessions, right? So it's very, very important that beyond, learning technical skills, you're also doing as much as possible to make your social media profile, particularly your LinkedIn, attractive to recruiters. I've also learned a lot from the session so far about how you can connect the right way on LinkedIn, not just connecting with every random person or anyone that LinkedIn suggests, but actually taking the time to search for professionals who are also in the same career field that are doing very well. Could be CEOs, could be founders. For instance, Adown Dukaoyo, my founder at Shikood Africa, who from time to time share, useful tips, and also even have the kind of network in tech as well that will be useful for you. So do ensure that you put these things into practice, and I would also do the same. So we are running out of time now. We still have a lot to cover. So I would be bringing the speaker back on stage shortly for the next session. But before I do that, I want to ensure that we are ready for the next session. So if you're still here and if you're still paying attention, let me see your comments in the chat. If you're on LinkedIn, please come back from LinkedIn because we're about to go hands-on now to the practical session. For the next few minutes, Uloma will be going hands-on to the practical part. She'll be sharing her LinkedIn profile and showing you actual useful tips where you can start from for where you are currently at on your LinkedIn profile, how you can further optimize, and just basically showing you the ropes of how it works. So let me see comments in the chat. Thank you, Ifwa. Thank you, Salamina. Thank you, Jekeli. Thank you, Tandeka. I see that some of you are still here and ready for the next session. So without further ado, let's have our facilitator for the next session. Hi, Uloma.
Hi, Sayo.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
so the other time you were asking about how you can share your LinkedIn profile.
Yes, I need to
Okay, so
share my
would
screen.
you like to share your screen? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know how to do that. I'm not logged in. So,
Okay, can we do
how do I do
something?
that?
I think I will share your LinkedIn profile on my end. Is that okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so just give me a few minutes to do that, and I'll let you know when I'm ready. So you can just continue in the meantime.
Okay, so where were we? Could you go in to maintaining a positive online presence? Yeah. So like I was saying before the session, the icebreaker session, I was talking about what you should post and what you should not post. So I know that I know I've said a couple of times that even though that LinkedIn is a very serious platform. I mean, there are days when you know that today is Friday, so everybody's supposed to relax and just and look forward to the weekend. So there are some certain posts that you're not supposed to make on Fridays. I mean, Friday is a sorry, Friday is the day you can just dress down to work. I mean, wear your native and wear your shorts and all to work. So if you also come on LinkedIn, it is not the day for you to be so serious and all. It's a day for you to also relax a little bit on LinkedIn, not too much because it's still a professional platform. So it should also interfere in the type of things you post. So for instance, on a Friday, you could just come on LinkedIn and just um, you could just introduce yourself and ask people, okay, you want, okay, let's say for instance, today is Friday, and I'm just thinking of what type of post should I make today that would have people to engage. Okay, I could just say, hello, hello guys, so TGIF, blah blah blah. I know that a lot of people are still new on my account. So I'd like to know what every one of us, I'd like to know what every of my connection does for a living. So you could just start by introducing yourself. You could say, hey, I'm Uloma, I'm a LinkedIn optimization expert. So could you please introduce yourself in the comment section? Anybody that sees that post, I mean, anybody that is offering a service, anybody that is there to serve themselves, will see that as a very good opportunity. It does not matter if you are a very, what's it called, a social media influencer or not. So you would see people would come to the comment section to introduce themselves. So in that doing that, this is more like you're relaxing because it's Friday. You're not taking everything too serious. So that is one post that you can make on a Friday. You could also look for a very comic, kind of a comic post that kind of professional as well to share on your profile. Or you could also look for videos that have lessons, professional lessons for people to also learn. I mean, there are a whole lot of things you have. There are a whole lot of things for you to post. A whole lot of things that are professional, though. That are professional, not just what's it called? Not the type of things you post on Facebook. So, but in case if you're still if you're still empty on what to post, we have AI. You could just go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, give me LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn post ideas. Yeah, just LinkedIn post ideas. It could give you a whole lot of things. If you want ideas that relates to your services or to your industry, you could say, give me LinkedIn post ideas for data analysis or data analysis. It's going to give you as well. So, I mean, gone are the days when you say, I don't know what to post. What do you think I should post? Should I post this? You can't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore because there are a whole lot of things for you to post. So you just keep posting. Do not pay, don't pay attention to the likes. Don't pay attention to the comments. Don't pay attention to the followers. It's the impression that matters. People are seeing it. And if someone comments on your post, it is also very good because the way LinkedIn works is more like a connected place. Let's say, for instance, I have about is it 5,000? It's okay, 6,000 followers. I have about 6,000 followers. Now, if someone here, if I comment on anybody's post, that means that these 6,000 people that are following me, they would see that my comment on wherever I commented it, even if that person is in their connection or not. So if I make a comment on Sayo's post, even if I'm not connected to Sayo on LinkedIn, no, sorry, even if we're connected or not, and I drop a comment on Sayo's post, all my followers, everybody that is following me would see that I actually commented on Sayo's post. Now, for them to see that, that means I'm giving Sayo visibility. I'm giving Sayo's profile visibility. Now, imagine when all the 6,000 people that are following me have seen the comments I dropped on Sayo's post. Some of them may be like, oh, okay, let me check out this person. They'll now go to Sayo's profile to see what this person did, services or the industry that this person is representing. Now, imagine if Sayo's profile is looking like a garbage can or something where it's not even organized. You have pictures that are taken from Snapchat and all of that. Now, it's going to tell them off. But now imagine if they now come to Sayo's post and see that it's very beautifully written, well-detailed profile. I mean, most of them would reach out to her for them to do business. So this is another reason why it is very important for you to have an optimized profile. You must not necessarily consult someone like me to do it for you. It is something you can actually do by yourself. It is something anybody can do by themselves. I mean, and like in all honesty. But when you feel that you still can't do it, that is also when I come in, when you pay for my services to do it for you. So it is very important for you to how is it say? You should never be caught on fresh on LinkedIn. Never be caught on fresh because you can never tell who is viewing it. And you know how LinkedIn does. Anybody that is viewing it, they will tell you Mr. A and Mr. is viewing your profile. It depends on if your LinkedIn profile is on premium or not. So you should never be caught on fresh on LinkedIn. Very, very, very important. If there is one thing you want to take out from this class, please let it be never be caught on fresh on LinkedIn. It should always be at alert. You should always your profile should represent you 247. If you learn a new skill today, please add it immediately. Like, do not even wait. Do not wait till the next minute or the next hour before you add it. As you're improving yourself, as you're learning new things, please be adding. It is very important. Even if you're still a beginner in that industry, please add it. There are a lot of people that need beginners. There are people that need beginners. So just be adding. Do not even wait till when you become a professional. No time. You don't even know who may be needing even the little knowledge that you have. Okay, I think I'm talking too much now. So this is my LinkedIn profile. So you could see my background, my cover banner. Now, for you to have this is very easy for you to get. It is very easy. You could create one by yourself, but this one I got it from Canva. We all know what Canva is, right? So you could just go to Canva, log in, and then you could go to the search bar and search for LinkedIn profile banner. This is profile banner. So it's going to give you several um, formats, several types, several fonts, several styles. So you could choose anyone that looks good to you. I don't recommend you have you don't just choose a very simple one. Don't go and take plenty ones that have plenty pictures or plenty things happening on the background. It's distracting. So you just choose a very simple LinkedIn banner. There's a place for you to modify the name on it, modify it. You could change the font, change the color, you could actually put your pictures as well. So that was where I got mine from. And it also depends on if you have a subscription on Canva, you could get much better banners than a free account. So it depends on what you want. It depends on how professional you want to appear. All right, Sayo, I can't see my screen. I can't see my profile again. Hi, Sayo, are you there? So it is also not important for it is not important that your cover banner must have your picture. It is not important. I have moods. I could change like I change mine almost every month or so. So my next cover banner may not necessarily have my picture. It does not matter. What matters is that my name is there. What the services I offer, the solutions that I give are written there. So, and the color is very beautiful and it aligns with LinkedIn logo and color. So you could just choose anything that if you're a data analyst, you could choose a background. You could okay, when you go to Canva, you can actually type LinkedIn banner for data analysts. It's going to give you a lot of backgrounds that has data pictures on it. So it just depends on what you want. It also depends on the services. If you're subscribed, if you're a paid subscriber on Canva. Okay, so we'll just hold on for a moment for Sayo to come back online. So it's like I said, it depends on your subscription, but I will advise you to just even if you, I mean the basic one is fine. You must not necessarily pay for Canva subscription. You just go to the their site and just get anyone. I mean, it does not necessarily matter. Just have get a very beautiful one and you're good to go. So that's why I said you can actually do this by yourself. I mean, if you really want to do it. Okay. Um, so we'll just hold on. I can't say much because I need to be seeing my profile as I'm talking. So Sayo would just hold on a little bit for Sayo to come back online so we can proceed. Okay, so I think Sayo is taking much. I think her network is bad. So I'd really like because this is a practical stage. So it is really very important that she projects her screen for us to use my profile an example as we proceed. So I don't know how we're going to do this since she's not here. So, but so far, I don't know if there are questions. You could just ask me while we wait for her. Do you have questions? General questions you feel that, or things you feel you should know about LinkedIn. I mean, while we wait for Sayo, I could take some of the questions. So, if you have questions, please, you could just ask in the comments, please. I don't know if you can see my screen. I'm trying to. Can anyone see my screen, please? Please, can you let me know if you can see my screen? Because I'm trying to share my screen here. You can't see. Oh, wow. Hold on. Okay. Um, just give me a moment. Let me see if. How about now? Can you see my screen? Can anyone see my screen, please? No. Wow. Okay. Still showing my profile. Okay. Okay. I'm coming. Let me just. Okay, Sayo, are you there? So it seems we are going to have a little challenge on this practical aspect, because I need to share my screen while I do that, and I can't share my screen. It's only Shatsayo that can do that, and I think her network is bad or something. So I don't know how we're going to go through with that. Um, okay, so some of the recaps or some of the summary of all that we have talked about. I talked about profile optimization, where I said you need to know the keywords you have to use for your profile as it relates to your the services or the skills that you're offering. You also need to know how to network, how to place yourself strategically in the comment section, how to sell yourself, know what to talk about, know the type of comments to drop, and know what to say and what not to say. I also talked about content creation, the type of posts that we need to see on LinkedIn and what we don't need to see. I said that on Mondays are serious days that you talk about very serious issues, that's professional issues. It's also the day that you talk about your skills, the services that you offer, or anything at all, as provided is within the confines of your skill or your role or your profession. I also talked about Fridays. I said Friday could you could um, um, just loosen up a bit. I mean, you have an interactive section where your followers or your connections, you just tell them to introduce themselves and tell you what they do, and just some sort of interactions. You could also do that on Friday. You could also look for comic posts that relates to your industry and just post on your timeline, because Fridays are not it's not a very serious day. So these are four key things that um, I have spoken about, and I'm sure that everyone understood it clearly. So now, since we're having interruption in sharing my screen and showing you what my profile looks like, and how to also use the same step to do yours. So I just want us to this session now is going to just to be to encourage everybody to implement everything that I have taught so far. Now, doing that, I want to share a story about myself, about how I got to where I am today. Now, 2021, which is just a few years ago, I used to work in a bank in Nigeria, here in Nigeria, in Lagos. Now, in the banking sector, we have people that we call contract staff. Now, contract staff, they are more like they were contracted, they were hired by through a third party just to work. So the salary that is paid to them is peanuts, and they do most of the work in the bank. So I was a contract staff in one bank in Nigeria. So I was a teller. I'm sure everybody knows what a bank teller is, where you help people pay in cash, collect their money, and withdrawals and all that. I was doing that, and my salary was, if you're in Nigeria, you should know how small 65,000 naira. You should know how small 65,000 naira is. So that was what I was collecting. I was on that role for 3 years. I started in 2018 or thereabouts, or 2019 till 2021. Now, now doing that role, I'm going somewhere with this story. I just want to motivate us in some way. So now doing that job, I didn't have access to LinkedIn, because the computer we use in the office, it was just programmed for only bank transactions. It was just the bank software That was the only, yeah, banks, well, yeah, bank software and LinkedIn were the only two um, softwares that you could access on that computer, on our office computer in the office. And you know how bank work is. You have to go very early in the morning and you close late at night. So this is what I do from Mondays to sometimes Saturdays. So I didn't have 65, 65,000. I said 65,000 naira. So I don't know if someone could help us convert that to US dollars. Anybody could, can someone just help us convert that in the comment section, please? So that Elizabeth would understand how small the money is. Is somebody doing that for us? Please, someone should help us convert 65,000 to dollars. Okay, so while someone is doing that, so now this is what I do. Yeah, 65,000. Yes, this is what I do Mondays to sometimes Saturdays. And the only platform I had access to was just the bank software and LinkedIn. And I didn't know how to use that space. But I know that this job I'm currently doing, that job, I don't want to see myself there in the next 6 months. I knew that it's time for me to leave. I mean, 65,000 could do nothing for me. I, my saving grace was that I wasn't paying. I wasn't paying rent. I was staying in a family house. I was being fed by my uncle. So it was just transport. So I was basically using that money for transport and clothing. So I knew that I needed to leave that space. But how to leave that place? I didn't have an idea. I didn't even know what to do. So I decided to go to LinkedIn because even if I know that even if I go to LinkedIn and I get a job, I don't even have time to go for job interviews. I mean, how am I supposed to leave my bank? Where will I tell them I'm going to? Contract staff, we don't have that much liberty or that much opportunities as people that are as full-time staff. So we're more like the slaves of the bank, so to speak. So I went on LinkedIn. I I had to I knew that my LinkedIn was not giving what it should give. I mean, it was nothing to write home about. But I know that I needed to leave, and leaving this job means the only opportunity, the only avenue for me to leave was through LinkedIn. I went to my LinkedIn profile, I cleaned it up. I was comparing it with someone else's own to see, I mean, for it to meet up with the standard. I changed it totally for myself. I started commenting on people's posts. I kept commenting. I mean, it was not it took me months to do. If I don't have customers, if the bank does not have customers, I know that this is my LinkedIn time. So I go on LinkedIn, I do some courses on LinkedIn. As I'm doing those courses, especially customer service courses, as I'm doing them, I'm updating it on my profile. I was doing that consistently. I never stopped. And I started getting messages from people. I started getting job interviews. And but then I couldn't go to anyone because I mean they won't even allow me go. So it's just to show you that you necessarily don't have any excuse as to why you are not pushing yourself. I did it after a while. After I grew my followership to about 3,000 as at then. I didn't know. I optimized my profile myself, but I didn't have a name for it. But I know that my profile was looking good. Like it was really good. I reached out to someone on LinkedIn. I told her my predicament. I told her that um, I'm trapped in my job. I can't even do interviews. I can't do anything. I just know I need to live here. I sent my CV to her. The person has been my friend for a while, but we have not really talked. We haven't talked much. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know the type of job I'm doing. She doesn't even know that I was looking for a job. until I had to tell her myself because she thought everything was okay with me because my profile picture was so beautiful. You would think that I was doing a million naira job without knowing that my salary was peanuts. She was shocked when I told her my salary and what I do. She took it upon herself to help me leave that place. After we spoke, after I sent her my CV, few months down the line, I got an invite for a job interview. I knew it was her, and she said you have to leave. That you have to just take permission from there. I don't know how you're going to do it. You can tell them you're sick or you're going somewhere. I mean, just leave, just come for this job, just one interview, and I assure you, your life would never remain the same. So on the day of the interview, I lied to my supervisor. I told her that I was having an ear problem. I can't remember what I said, but I know I told her I was sick. So I was granted the day off. I went for the interview. It was a test, actually. It was a written test, and I almost failed. Like the cutoff for the test was about 50. Yeah, the cutoff for the test was 50, and I got, I think it was 50.9 or 51 thereabout. So you could see that it was just by one mark I would have lost the job. So that was how I passed this. I passed the test, and few months or few weeks much later, I got an employment letter from to resume this my current job actually. And now, imagine where you're coming from, where they're paying you 65,000 to where they're like tripling it to what like I mean 65 times 3. It was like I was totally blown. Now, you could have imagined what if I didn't take this opportunity, if I didn't literally take my destiny into my own hands by going to LinkedIn and by making sure I connect with people and I tell people that I am looking for a job. I know it is very difficult for us to, most of us, we don't like asking. We don't want people to know that we are out of job, or we don't want people to know that we are seeking for some sort of help. It is totally fine, I understand, because some people, you will tell them something, they use it against you tomorrow. It happens. But you should also know that they said a closed mouth is a closed destiny. If you don't tell someone, not, you don't have to tell everybody. You should know that. I mean, I told that person because I know she's in a position to help. I mean, she's working, she's doing well. So I told her, please, I am looking for a job. In case your company is recruiting, could you please let me know? And that was it. So it is very important for you to, as you're connecting with people, the person must not even be on LinkedIn. It could be someone in your circle. It could be someone on your WhatsApp status. You could just reach out to the person. I mean, you've been seeing she's doing well for herself. She's doing well career wise. You could just tell her, please, if you guys are recruiting, I am a data analyst. Please, if you're recruiting, could you please let me know? I wouldn't mind sending my CV to you. You can never tell what will come out from that discussion. I mean, there's nothing bad if the person says no. No will not kill you. It will spur you or motivate you to even do more. I got a lot of rejection mails, thousands of them. And one thing, as I was getting them, I was documenting. If you are my friend on Facebook, I was writing every of them. Like, I could say in a week, I would come to my Facebook post and said, oh, for this week, I got about 10 rejection mails, but that does not stop me. Next week, we go harder. I mean, I was doing that consistently because I know that this 65,000 naira is not, I don't want it anymore. I need something better. And that was how I took my destiny into my own hands, and my life literally turned around 365 degrees. After that job, I mean, I'm still quite, I'm doing that job at the moment. I'm still in the company. I mean, after 6 months or 8 months being in that company, my salary was doubled again. At the moment, this is my third year in the company, and the salary I'm getting is, I, I don't know, I don't have the right words. I mean, this is my main stream of income. This is my main stream of income, aside other side things I'm doing. Because remember, I told you I optimized my profile myself. So I found out that, oh, I could actually do this for people as well. So I started doing it for people, and people started paying me. And now I have another side business here. I have this here. I mean, it gave this whole thing gave me ideas that you can actually be anything you want to be. Anything, anything. The only limit you have is just you and your mind. Prov- Once you are so determined and you've made up your mind that this year, this is the second quarter of this year, by the last quarter of this year, I want to have a reliable job. I want to earn so amount of money as a salary. And you start working towards it, my dear, you are going to do it. It is I'm just trying to motivate us, so we have to be consistent in whatever we're doing on LinkedIn. Because not having followers, not having likes on your post, not having anybody showing you interest, it can be demoralizing. But that does not mean that people are not seeing you. People are seeing you. And you'll be surprised that one day somebody will send you a message and say, "Oh, dear Elizabeth, I've been following you for quite some time. I love your journey. I love your growth. Could you please send me your CV? Let's work something together. Or let's work on something together." I mean, you shouldn't give up regard you don't even have an excuse. You don't have an excuse these days. Even not having a laptop is not even an excuse for you not to pursue your dream. Okay, so the screen is up. Let's go back to the class. Thank you guys for listening to my story. I was just trying to motivate us so that I would see the need for us to keep pushing regardless of not minding our current situation and regardless of what we see as we push. All right. Okay. So Sion, good to have you back again. So I told us how to create the cover banner. I said we could get it from Canva and all. So that is it about cover banner. So you could see under my name, you could see what I do. LinkedIn optimization expert. Yeah, this is the demarcation I was telling you about. This is I think small letter L. So you could just do that as well on your own. Um, Resume writer. Then this is the sentence I was talking about. I help attract recruiters to your page, and I write compelling and ATS compliant resume. Another demarcation, senior media executive. So this is you could just twist this into your own skills or to your own career or your own journey. All right. Okay, that's about that. Could you please scroll up, Sayo? Sayo, are you there? Yeah. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling to my about section. Yes. Okay. See more. All right. So this is another the about summary section that I also spoke about where you have to sell yourself, not too much. I mean, don't talk too much, but then let it be too much to have the right information. Okay, you could see that I talked about what I do as a LinkedIn optimization expert. I talked about every of my services, how people feel about my services, people's reaction, people's reviews as regards to what I do, how I can help you become better. I mean, in your career and all that. Please keep scrolling. I'm just trying to summarize. I can see our time is up. We're supposed to be out here by 4 o'clock. I think I'm correct, right, Sayo? So This is basically what I offer people. So you could just yours may not be this long, but LinkedIn gives us about 2,600 characters. Personally, I love to use everything. I mean, it gave me 2006. Why don't I use everything? So you could just write yours, but at the end, also leave out, give us how to reach you. You could put your number, you could put your email address, you can tell them to reach you via LinkedIn inbox or your mail or anything else. Now, on the experience section, I've seen a lot of people just put their experience without writing the job description. This is not advisable. It is very important for you to put this job description because there are also keywords in that job description that you need to that may be captured if someone is searching for your profile. So please, if you have your experience written on your LinkedIn and you don't have the job description written, please go back and put them. It is very, 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 very important. Job experience angle. Could you please scroll down? Yeah, that's my scrolling. I need to go to the recommendations. Yeah, this is also another place where you could ask your friends of people you've worked with on a certain project to recommend you. It also gives any visitor an impression about you. The person would like to know what people think about your service, what people think about your skills. This also gives them an impression to know, a certain impression to know what um, who I am and how I react or how I work in an office setting, something like that. So it is very important. You must not necessarily give. You can give it to your amongst yourselves in she codes. You could give somebody. Maybe you guys worked on a certain project. You could just tell the person, "Could you please recommend me?" The person will recommend you, and you also recommend the person, just like that. So I think that's basically it. I would have really loved to share my screen because I said I was going to show us how to search for certain keywords. And I can't do that if I don't have control of my screen. So I think that I'll have to skip that. So I'll take that as my own business secrets, which I would have loved to share, but it's not working. So I'll just take that and put it back inside my pocket.
Uloma, is it possible you just tell me those keywords and I'll be your hands and you be the mouth? Would that be possible?
Okay. Can you go to the summary section? Is this no? Go back to my where you have my picture. Go back.
Okay.
Keep going. Can you check? Click on more. You will. It's because you want. This is my profile, so you won't be able to do that. You know,
Mm,
open your open your page.
yeah,
Let's
I
leave
could
your
use my
page.
profile for that. I could use my profile.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Your LinkedIn is not even optimized, Zion.
Actually, it is, but I don't know. I think the network is currently stopping it from loading. My title should be here. My job role should be here as
Because
well.
I know I saw
Just
project manager on your headline, so I don't know
exactly.
what
So for
happened.
some reason they're not sure. Oh, okay, because I see. Just hold on a second.
This should. Are
Hold
you
on a
sure this is
second.
your profile?
This is not my correct profile. Just hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, coming up shortly. All right, we should be able to view it now.
It's coming up. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is it. So
All right,
click on more.
should be up now.
No, that's yes. I'm trying. Hold on. Let me check something on mine because I'm not seeing that. Could be that LinkedIn has removed it. because there's an option about, oh, okay.
Well, if this is
Def-
not working out at the moment, maybe we could schedule a second session for this, for the hands-on part. Maybe we could host it on Zoom or Google Meet so that we
okay,
have a more
I
interactive.
think that would, okay, no problem. So would work that one out. So we'll have to
All
leave
right.
this one for the next, yeah, for the next class.
Yeah, we
So
currently have our.
yes, exactly. So we're do you guys have questions or anything else you feel you want to know about as regards LinkedIn, as regards to whatever everything we've talked about? Could you please just drop it in the comment section so that I'll handle it? Questions, questions. If
Thank you
you can
so much.
actually reach out to me. Sorry. So
Sorry.
if you feel that you have other issues you want to talk about that you can't say here, you can actually reach out to me. Send me a message on LinkedIn, and I would answer you. I don't know if you can paste my handle again for them. Oh, please. Okay, you can paste my handle again for them to send a connection request.
Yeah. And you can also share your feedback about this session if you think this has impacted you in a way. Actually, I see that a lot of people have sent their feedback already. You know, when Uloma was sharing her very inspiring message, and I would also take this moment to apologize also for the technical issues that we had. So for a very long time, I wasn't able to share my screen. I wasn't able to speak as well. I had issues with my device. So apologies for that interruption, ladies. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback and your question. So I'm just going to be sharing Uloma's handles again on Facebook and LinkedIn. If you want a speedy response from Uloma, you can. There are two platforms that you can be sure to get that on, which is LinkedIn and Facebook. So the handle is projected on the screen right now at Uloma Operum on Facebook and LinkedIn. We may not have so much time to share, to take a lot of questions right now as we are 6 minutes behind schedule. But Uloma has made herself available even beyond this session to ask your questions on LinkedIn and Facebook. And thank you so much, Uloma, for that. So I'm just going to be going over a few of the feedback. Prudence is saying, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story, Uloma. Elizabeth is saying, I don't have a question, but would like to say thank you for sharing everything you have shared with us today. And Ashiko Africa, thank you for this session. Thank you, Elizabeth and Prudence, for sharing your feedback. We are happy to know that you had the best experience and you've learned, a few or maybe a lot of key points that would help you be more visible on LinkedIn. And a better way you can say thank you is for us to actually see all of these things that you've learned today implemented, right, Uloma? So just go to your LinkedIn, and when you are sending a connection to Uloma, before you get to introduce yourself, let her look through your LinkedIn and be like, oh yeah, she really paid attention during the workshop session. So we're definitely going to be having a follow-up of this. I would actually like to use this opportunity to implore Uloma to, try to be available for session 2. I think it will be very helpful to have a more hands-on session. Solo is saying, I do not have any question. Thank you for a fruitful session. Thank you for sharing that, Solo. And thank you, ladies. All right. So thank you so much, Uloma. We wouldn't want to keep you any longer because you've stayed beyond the agreed time frame for this. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation and for doing this for us at She Could Africa. We'll definitely keep in
Thank you
touch.
guys for having me.
All right.
Problem.
So bye for
Problem.
now,
Thank you
Uloma.
guys so much. So I'm looking forward to hearing your stories and seeing that you're smashing your goals and getting that job and selling yourself while you're doing that. All right. Thank you guys so much for making this class so interactive and showing me all the love. I really do appreciate it. Send me messages so I will celebrate together. All right. So do have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you, Uloma, and bye bye. All right, ladies, we've come to the end of the session for today, and we have a few announcements. But before that, this workshop that we had today is going to be the first of many workshops. As promised in this program, we are also intentional about your career growth. We are intentional about you actually being able to get into the tech workforce after this program. We don't want you to get out of this program and then maybe start looking for a job, or find it difficult to get entry level roles. It's our mission to equip you with the valid and needed skills, the soft skills you need, the career development skills that you need to get started in the tech field. So we really do hope that you were able to gain as much as you can for this session. Apologies again for the interruptions here and there, for any hiccups along the way. Apologies for that. So subsequently, we will be bringing more speakers to share, more insights into how you can scale your career in the tech field. Our next session should be about portfolio management. So I want you to look out for that, but not to spill all the tea. Right about now, I'll be bringing on Trust, or rather Lilybell, you're one of the community admins in this program, to share the next steps and to close this workshop event for us. Hi, Lilybell, are you there? Hi, Lilybell, are you there? All right, it looks like Lilybell is having a little bit of network issues. So right now, I can take a few questions before we round up. I see that Leslie is asking a very important question. Are these workshops done on Saturdays only? The answer is no. This workshop that was done on Saturday today was based on the availability of the facilitator. So going forward, we'll try to make it, the usual time where we like to have program activities, 4 p.m. on Fridays, most probably, or any other day of the week at 4 p.m. So you can look out for that. We don't really encourage weekend sessions. We always like to have most of our sessions during the weekdays. So I know this must have come at some sort of inconvenience to you, scholars. So thank you for joining this session. Since Lilybell is not available to take the announcements, I will just be doing that on her behalf. So the next activity that you can look out for aside the workshops is the Heritage Day, which will be coming up in the coming weeks. And also, this is for Cycle 1 scholars. Very soon, your program is going to be coming to an end. Yesterday, during the Tech Quiz Game Night, for some of you who were able to join, we mentioned this, and we would continue to emphasize this until the end date of your program. So do ensure that you buckle up in your program journey. You have actually a few weeks left. You have literally 2 weeks left, and in these 2 weeks, you're expected to be able to complete all your modules on Coursera. So if you are in the category of a scholar who has not really made much progress, so that some scholars are still in their second module or in their third module on Coursera, if you do fall into this category, don't be discouraged. You can still complete your program before the end date. What you need to do is to actually intentionally dedicate time to your learning. You can just mark out 2 hours per day to make progress in your learning, and we're sure that this is something that you'll be able to do. So we want you all to, go out there after this program to be the best version of yourselves in your different tech fields, to go forth and shine, and be the best at whatever track that you've chosen, That is what we want to see. We want to hear your testimonials a few months from now, seeing that you are already at your working in your dream company, in your dream role. That is what we want to see. So Cycle 1 scholars, buckle up in your learning, and would like to celebrate more of you during the graduation event. And another announcement I would like to make is for scholars in cycles 2 to 5. If you fall within this category, know that your learning also shouldn't stop or pause. It may look like you have some time left, but trust me, some Cycle 1 scholars right now are probably thinking that, are probably hoping that they had as much time as you do, right? So ensure that you do not lag. You do not think that, oh, you have all the time in the world, because you actually do not. So make the best use of the time you have right now and make as much progress as you can on a daily basis. There's a saying that goes, a little drop of water, or little drops of water makes a mighty ocean, right? So 1 hour per day learning would actually go a long way in helping you to finish this program on time and without too much pressure on you. So if you have any further questions, I see that some of you are dropping some comments. We may not be able to take that because of our time, but you can always reach out to your community admins on Slack, and they would be available to assist you. But I would just like to take this one from Salamina Solo. I know this is great, but I need help with the course I'm enrolled in. I am struggling to kickstart because Coursera is giving me problems. Who can I reach to help me with this? Okay, Salamina, I would like you to shoot an email to programs, or rather scholarships@shecodeafrica.org, using the headline of this issue as your subject, so that it can catch the necessary personnel's attention and they can get to this as soon as possible. So ensure that your email is as detailed as possible. Again, you're sending an email to scholarships@shecodeafrica.org. Also include your full name, your cycle, your track, all necessary information. I see that some other scholars are dropping similar issues. Queeneth Sensada is saying, okay, you're providing a solution to that. Okay, that's fine. All right, so thank you very much, scholars. Not to take too much of your time anymore. Thank you so much for joining this, and look out for more, program activities and workshops similar to this that can help you scale your career. So bye for now and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, ladies.